real flash from the past.
What is it?
Yankee Doodle Boy by George M. Cohen.
Very appropriate considering we're talking about the 4th of July. Welcome to This Week, Those Books. I'm Rashmi Roshan Lal.
And I'm Michael Macy.
As an 11th generation American, Michael, I feel you've got more at stake in this podcast because it is, after all, America's 248th birthday.
Well, I guess I am a Yankee Doodle.
Funnily, this particular 4th of July also has resonance in Britain, and not just because the Americans chose that day in 1776 to cut ties with their colonial master. This July 4 is the UK's first post-Brexit general election.
I think some of us Americans might feel it was a bit unfair to schedule it for July 4th, as we feel a special claim to that date.
Scheduling clash. What's interesting, of course, is that some in the UK are claiming this 4th of July also signifies freedom for them from 14 years of Conservative Party rule. But whatever happens, I think it's fair to say that no timeline of historical events will ever list the 4th of July as UK Independence Day.
Well, that said, there is something America and Britain share at this point of time, don't you think?
Yeah, nostalgia is a political force. The UK's populist right-wing Reform Party is run by that Brexit firebrand Nigel Farage, who says a crackdown on immigrants will help bring back the good old days.
And Donald Trump's most famous slogan is, "Make America Great Again."
And Farage, incidentally, is a Trump ally and admirer.
And aren't the books for this July 4th related to the old days of the UK and the US?
Absolutely. The theme was nostalgia. We were looking for books that convey a certain idea of Britain and America as they once were. And you're the one who picked them out, so thank you.
Well, we have two sets of books from either side of the Atlantic. The first set is from England. The author is Dorothy Hartley. The books are Food in England, a complete guide to the food that makes us who we are, and The Land of England, English country customs through the ages.
And what is the second set of books?
The Awakening Land by Conrad Richter. It's a trilogy, 3 novels, The Trees, The Farm, The Town.
Thank you. I think the Dorothy Hartley books really offer a snapshot of English life that we no longer see or even know about. In the books, there are recipes, customs, and folklore from an England before industrialization, before mechanization changed everything beyond recognition.
Yes, there are chestnut roasters, butter churns, pony turned cider mills, and apple scoops made out of sheep's shank bone. There are recipes few will have heard of today, not least hartshorn flummery, sloke cakes, and Raja's sauce.
And Hartley consistently wrote about the little guy and the little gal. I mean, the common Englishman and woman.
Speaking of women, American writer Conrad Richter, a man, has definitely written his trilogy on the building of America from the perspective of a woman.
Tell me more.
The novels follow the pioneer Luckett family as they leave Pennsylvania for the virgin forest of Ohio, some 20 years after the founding of the United States. The story, which shows the shift from subsistence hunting to an agricultural economy and then urbanization, is told mostly from the point of view of the eldest daughter, Sayward.
Fascinating. So, happily, we have 2 sets of books, rich in nostalgia and empathy with the little guy and gal. Good reason, don't you think, to read this week those books.
Makes you smarter faster. Thank you for listening. We'll be back next week.
And happy 4th.